We're going to extract data from this horrible invoice, and we're going to do it perfectly. But look at the state of it, right? This is an invoice that is recording the collection of waste from a commercial enterprise. So this is the company that's doing it. This is the company that owns the property. This is a table containing the waste items collected. But have a look. That is the name of the property thrown into the description field in the table. Thanks very much. We collect general waste, food waste, glass, mixed recycling, general waste, food waste. Page break, right? So this particular line is broken, and the app that produces this invoice banged in a continued line to show how much has been spent already on this page, repeats the continued line in the table, and then this line is the beginning of, is the end of the previous row. And then, oh yeah, great. Here we get monthly management fee in the middle of the line items of waste collection. Brilliant. Another continued thing, a line break, end the table, and then summary information. So we're going to do this. It's a really hard invoice to OCR and get data out of, but we're going to do it. So let's go to ai.cozemble.com. Let's scrape a document. Let's upload the document. Upload. And we get a HTML preview of the scanned contents. You can see the issues. That's the property address in the middle of the line items table. We have line breaks. We have continued lines in the middle of the table with the content here at the top. We have anomalous content in the middle of the line items, right? So let's quickly run through this. You can do post OCR corrective actions. The first thing we need to do is label the line items table. And you do that by saying what regex should match the header. So I'm just going to say that it has an amount field. Now it's labeled. The next thing I can do is I can merge them. So I can merge the line items table. And you can see it's already looking better. We've pulled together that table into one bigger table. Now this is, I could delete this row, but this is important information. This is actually the property address. So I need to extract that table. I need to extract a row from the line items table and put it into a new table called property address. And how do I select a row? I'm going to do a range selector. It's going to be row 1 to row 2. And now that table is extracted. So it's already looking better. Now I want to bin this. This is just garbage and it's confusing. So I want to delete the row from the line items table that contains that. Good, we're getting there. Now I want to pull this out. This is important information, but it's not line items of waste collection. It's monthly management fees. So let's add a corrective action. Again, it's extract rows. The source table is line items. The target table is, let's call it monthly fees. And now I want to extract based on a regex. Brilliant. So now we have a table here of the property address, the monthly management fees, and all the line items. But we have line breaks in the line items and it's killing us. So we need to rewrite this column, right? We need to redistribute the contents of this column using the apportion column contents. The line items is the source table. The source column is description. And then we need to give it a column to write against. So if I type in quantity here, you'll see what I mean. So every quantity should have a description of the stuff that was collected. So I'll bang that in there and I'll rewrite this using a regex. So there's a new line, then a bunch of stuff, dot star, a new line, dot star, dot star. And you can see that I now have properly aligned line items. Cool. So we've rewritten it and the underlying JSON looks like this. Look, I will admit this is complicated, right? But the point is that this invoice is horrendous. And if it's a simple invoice, you can just run right through without any post OCR corrections. But at least this makes difficult invoices possible. So my focus is let's make the simple things easy and the hard things possible first. And yes, of course, I'm going to add visual elements to the building of these corrective actions, and I'm going to add AI assistance. But I just want to demonstrate that I want to get the corrective actions identified first before I start automating them. So I'd really like, if you have horrendous documents that you want to get data out of, to send them to me, because this these actions I've made up based on the invoices I have exposure to. So send me more horrible stuff, and it'll help me identify what actions we need. Okay, um, now we've got the data in shape. Let's use AI to generate a JSON schema of what we think it might make sense to convert it to. And this is what the AI has guessed the schema should be for the rewritten HTML content we've got. It looks sensible on first read. And now we've extracted the data from the rewritten post OCR content into sensible, sane JSON, except it's missing the monthly fees, right? It didn't seem to get that. So let's manually edit. Yeah, correct. So let's manually edit the JSON schema. And I've got a piece of schema already prepared here. So monthly fees should be an array that contains the month, the description, and the amount. Save that. So just to confirm that that has been added, monthly fees. Now let's regenerate the extracted JSON. And now we have the monthly fees extracted correctly along with all the line items. So this now looks good. Now we can take the next step. And the next step is to turn all of that into an API. So at this API, with that API key, you can post similar documents to this, and it will extract the contents, apply the post OCR corrective actions that we configured. It will and produce JSON that adheres to the schema that we've identified and return that to you. So we think this is useful enough to actually release as a product on its own. So watch this space. We're going to release a product called 2json.dev, and it will allow you to do exactly this. Go from a document to JSON. Yeah, so we're working hard to get that done as soon as we can. And if you have horrible content that you want to get OCR'd, send it our way, and hopefully we can involve you in the trial. Chat soon. Thanks very much.